Welcome back to the STG I Sheet, you beautiful people. So at the end of last episode, we did get attacked by a bunch of centipedes. So that was 2 Inferno Pedes and 1 heavy charge blast of heat. And they done a number on the defences. So 1 round from an Inferno Pede went in, smashed this section of the defence up and also took out the turrets, another one and then another one up there. Also another one somehow managed to thread the needle past the slate, through there and into the back, and nearly took out a research lab. If there'd been another round coming that way, it would have taken it out. Chances of another round making it is pretty slim, but that does actually make me think that this here needs to be taken out. Then same on this side, another Inferno Pede shot a rocket and then took this section out. So what we have learned, our defences kind of hold up. Not very well, and won't hold up against many other centipedes. If there's more of them, we would have been in a lot of trouble. But they did buy us enough time to come around the back, tunnel through, and then shoot the centipedes, yet again, in the back, and managed to take them out. So that worked out somewhat well for us. Means that we're going to need some bigger and heavier defensive emplacements. And I think we are going to have to make some more strong points as well. So the way we've got this set up, you see how we've got the 6 turrets and they're there. We're also going to need to put doors in so centipedes can't actually shoot through. But what I'm thinking is having like independent hard points. And what those will do is they will draw the focus fire of whatever's coming in. And then we're going to have layers of defense. Hopefully. He says whether that will work or not, I am not too sure. But as always, only one way to find out. And also we do need a external wall along here just to try and deter sappers. I think the centipedes are pretty much always going to aggro this way because there's always activity, so they'll come to whoever's not in the base because they don't tunnel in the same way that sappers, funny that, sappers tunnel in. So we want to discourage sappers coming through this point because we have no opening to the base, which is kind of the design of it, is we're going without a kill zone. Now this kind of is a kill zone, that is more because all the turrets shoot into this area. If we get super lucky, we might be able to take this out and remove the mountain roof above it. If that mountain roof gets taken out there, then we're going to have a really good line of fire. Now having these blocks and crevices and that is sort of helping us out because that means we can dead screen in and take these guys out, well the centipedes and heavier hitting items, with like little strike tactics. Without those, we'll be running a gauntlet into a bunch of Meganoids that can shred us. Something to think about and something to work on, but it looks like we have a combat supplier from the Quarian settlement, so let's go and see if they've got anything good for us, and we're also on low food at the moment. I think we will survive. What they do have that might interest us quite a bit is they have a good quality Phobo suit. And now Phobo suits are pretty insane. However, they want about 4k for it, and we definitely do not have 4k laying around. We can sell them some mead, but that's not going to make up the difference. We need the architect, we need the research, we need that cortical stack. We don't really need that, but that's only going to get us another 800. Let's get rid of these because we're not really going to use them. Selling those off isn't going to make a massive difference. Oh, I kind of panicked then. I thought we only had 1 Slayer's Mark left, which would have been pretty brutal. We can sell the 12x64, which again hasn't made a massive difference. And then we've also got the thermobaric rounds. That takes us up to 2,000, so we only need to find like an extra 500-ish. They can have our cotton, we're not really using that. The rice, we need to keep hold of it and wouldn't make enough of a difference. Medicine is ours. Promethium, we need for the AP armor piercing rounds on the 50 cals, and they only sell for 3 a pop anyway, so that'd only be just shy of 400. Might regret this, but we're going to sell off the skill trainer in social, skill trainer in cooking, and then the skill trainer in shooting. That brings us up to enough to afford the Phobo suit, whilst still having enough left over to call a trade ship in if needed. Well, at least it's brought our wealth down and cleared up a bunch of junk. Not ideal, but at least something. And then we also have to go over here and go down into corpses and remove the mechanoids from this section, just because we want all of the mechanoids and all that fun stuff over here. And in the meantime, Paddock, come over here, start breaking that down, and I'm not sure he will take it. Ideally, we'll give GNU the Phobo suit, just for the simple fact that we have GNU out in the fights, whereas we don't really have Oppie out. And Oppie just being in armor is not exactly going to be amazing, but it is going to be better than he's got. And talking about Oppie, we did get asked to change his name, so we're going to change Oppie's name to Oppioid, and I think that is a good name. Oppie Opponoid Evangelicist. That is a mouthful. As we're running into the problem of not having enough granite chunks, we are going to start deep drilling. This is going to allow us to pick up a bunch of granite chunks out, and we'll also get ground penetrating scanners as well. Yet again, that will help us find some more resources, and resources are something that we're definitely struggling with at the moment. But those granite chunks are going to be super important because we really don't have that many left on the map. Imagine we've probably got a few, what's that, like 151 there, 175, and probably more in the top corners. But that is not going to last long. And we don't really want to start tunneling into everything at the moment. So that hopefully should solve our little stone problem. And maybe what we do if we're being sneaky is we remove the corner here, then we put it into this section. Yeah, we might have a little infestation, but as the rocks get harvested, they're going to be nice and close to the steel stonecutter bench, which means we're going to be able to get through them super quickly. And Paddock went and decided to sleep outside. Okay, if that makes you happy. Ooh, this might be good fun. Shark Slayer, Jarl of the Grey Dane clan, is making a request. A mechanoid swarm has been attacking her settlement. She wants you to signal the mechs to distract them while she clears the hive. If you do, a mechanoid cluster will land at Black Site 22. The pod contains 2 carpenters, going to be a nightmare to take down, 2 Geth troopers, 2 ciphers, 1 sunblocker, 1 countdown activator, 3 gloom lights. Do you know what? That is not crazy scary. And a masterwork wildcat armor. I would not say no to that. That is a very decent bit of kit. Now also charge turrets are terrifying in combat extended. They would kill any of our guys in just a matter of shots. Let's do it. And where have they landed? Okay, straight up in the top corner. Nice and out the way. Nothing too scary. Well, other than these 3. Yeah, that was not my smartest choice to take that on. But what I think we might be able to do... And they've got a low shield. Fantastic. Where is it? Oh no, it's a high shield. Even better. What we should be able to do... We get Paddock. Paddock comes around here. Sprays in. Hopefully hits that. It might explode, then take the others out. Then all we got to deal with is a couple carpenters. And anything else is not really a massive threat. And Terra has taken the suit, which is fine. So, Opioid, or Opponoid, you now have a suit of armor, buddy. How are you feeling? Disturbed sleep, tainted jumpsuit. Why are you wearing tainted clothes? Not a problem, we'll sort that in a second. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to be a really good thing or a super bad thing. So, we have these guys from the Union. They're coming in as friendlies. Okay, no, they've decided to bail out because it's too cold. Fine. I thought they were going to go up and pick a fight with the mechanoids, which might have worked out quite well for us because there is a bulk good trader from the Taurians coming in. Now, we don't really want beef with the Taurians. That is not in the flavour that we're looking for. That would have been pretty good to wipe those out. We would have got a whole bunch of kit. Now, if these guys are leaving because it's a dangerous temperature and they're on this side of the map and it looks like they're trying to go out this side, we might get lucky and a few of them will drop and we can feed them to the dogs, because the dogs, a couple of them are suffering from malnutrition at the moment because, well, we're struggling to feed them. There is a lot of them now and they are growing in number super quickly. We're just struggling to train them at the moment. So we do need a designated animal handler and crafter. But then again, we are not doing too well on resources, but we do have a bulk good trader and maybe we can shift some of our garbage off to them. Yeah, we really don't have a massive amount that they're after. We do have 350 chem fuel, but I don't think that's going to make a massive difference right about now. Yeah, we got GNU and Paddock this way. So we might as well use them and see if we cannot pick a fight with these mechanoids. First things first, hold fire. Paddock, you take the top. Gnu's going to take the bottom. And then we're just going to spray in and see if we cannot take out one of these turrets before they wake up. Because as soon as they're up here, anything that comes into this area is super dead. Those turrets are terrifyingly dangerous. But we do have shield belts and we do have a little bit of armor. Do you want to reload? Whenever you're ready, Gnu, mate. Paddock, how you looking? Yeah, you're looking good still. Fire at will, and Gnu, fire at will, and I need you. Can you get a bead on that? And can you get a bead on that one? How are we looking? Okay. Didn't really do what I wanted it to do, but Gnu still seems fairly safe. That carpenter is going down somewhat quickly. That's good. Okay, Gnu shield's about to go. We took out the mech assembler. Paddock, back round here and see if you can't get a shot on that one, mate. No, he's now suppressed. Gnu, how are you looking for rounds? You've got 21. You're not going to be super useful, but maybe you can take that out. It's not looking like it. Gnu, get out of there. Paddock's all right at the moment. Put your head back round, take another snapshot. One shot. What did he lose? Nothing too much, but he is bleeding out in 3 hours now. Gnu, do you have medikit on you? No, of course you don't. Paddock might have a medikit. He's got 10. Cool. So you try to retreat this way, and then Gnu, what's your medical? Your medical's 11. We'll get Gnu to patch him up in the field. He'll drop the medikits. Gnu can then get to work healing him up. And we took one carpenter down. And what's that? A cipher. Cool. Paddock, I need you to go here. Rest up. Once you're a little bit closer, you are going to drop the medikits. Gnu's then going to pick them up and then tend to you. You've still got 3 hours. Pick up all the medicine, mate. Okay, you can pick up 8. Cool. We're going to need to sort his gear out because he should be able to carry more than this. Okay, where are you going? Already tending to Paddock. Okay, let's go turn that glitter weld off so you actually use something that you'll be able to get back to him in time. Cool. Let's have a look. Let's see how this turns out. This should be fine. Okay, cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Paddock, I know you're resting, mate, but I need you. Oh, we can't even pick it up. Cool. All that. Let's get back to the base. And then we're going to figure something else out to do over there because that didn't go badly. It could have gone worse, but it could have done a lot better at the same time. Oh, we also have all these bodies. Let's haul those in when we get a chance. And it doesn't look like too many of them dropped. Gabriel did. Those guys are eating. I'm not sure what they're doing. Turians are still over there. Yeah. Not too bad. Okay, yeah, so those tribes people didn't do too well. That is a lot of them that didn't make it out the map. Llama, you were so close, Bubby. You were so close, but you didn't make it. Shame. Okay, details. Well, that's going to keep the dogs fed for a while. Even though, like, Terra and Gnu are feeding them at the moment, that really doesn't help us because we got other things that we need to be doing. And we also need to start getting some money sorted so we can actually start buying stuff to move the colony forward a bit. Okay, so just had a thought. We are going to take dogs off unrestricted so they can actually get around the base. And hopefully they'll then start migrating down here. And ideally eating all the corpses that are over here so we don't have to keep hauling them in. That might work. I think it should be a good idea if it does. And then we still need to find a crafter and a animal handler. And well, that was fun. We had a bunch of sheep join. And all the sheep are dead. They just came in on the mechanoids. As for how the mechanoids are doing, we done pretty much a sweet all against them. Other than the carpenter going down and the mech assembler, which I'll take as a good thing. We took one Geth, one cipher there, and another cipher here. These turrets are still the biggest threat. And, well, the sunblocker initiates in 5.5 days. I don't think the sunblocker is going to be a massive issue for us. Pretty simply, sunblockers just stop plants from growing, but we're using the bio sun lamp. And with that, we don't need to worry about there not being any sunlight. Just having a think, we do have a psychic pacifier and a psychic recruiter, which are basically the same thing. But if we sell the two of them off, we get 2,503. What we have at the moment is a lot of spare time. And the Inspirator, I keep forgetting we have it, so we probably won't use it. But right now, I think what will be more important is trying to get one of these. So this is going to be a skill trainer in medical. We give it to GNU this time, because GNU needs it. And no, we won't pick up anything else at the moment. I'm too tempted to spend money that we kind of can't afford. Slate hatchet they can have. Well, not the wood. Slate hatchet. Small cloth backpack. And a dog leather tribal backpack they can have as well. That's not going to net us a massive amount. But we still came out with a profit of, what, like 1,994. And hopefully that mixed with GNU's skills in medical should take us up close enough to be able to use the Slayer's marks. So GNU, you use this. He's already at 11.68. He's now up to 14.58. Okay. Not perfect. But I think we give the Slayer's mark a punt. And what are you on? You're on best quality medicine. Yep. Rest until healed. What we'll also do is take everyone else off doctoring at the moment. So then only GNU will do it. And then hopefully we can get a Slayer's mark installed into Paddock, which will make him an absolute powerhouse. And considering a lot of this is just trying to get enough done at one time, I think the extra mobility and everything is going to help him out by a crazy amount. So his market value now is 31,095, which is pretty crazy. 130% learning factor, and then 150% psychic sensitivity. So psychic drones really mess with us. Rest multiplier is 497. Immunity gain speed 718%. Maximum comfortable temperature 109. Maximum minimum temperature minus 125.9, which yet again is insane. And his natural resistance now is 10 millimeters, which is super broken. Now a lot of this stuff we're not really going to be able to see until the anesthetic wears off, but he already has a research speed of 352, even whilst having like 1% consciousness. That is kind of funny. So yeah, the Slayer's mark is pretty beast, and this should just make him work a bit quicker, and he's going to get tired at a fraction of the rate that he already gets tired. Mix that with Solarian's natural like sleep speed is insane, plus 25% consciousness is mental. And then we load him up with the Cerberus serum on top of that, and we are going to have a absolute powerhouse on our hands. So this is now Paddock. He's just stupid fast. He's already got the skin suit, which makes him fast. He's got the Phobo suit that makes him fast. And he also isn't at maximum capacity. He's only at 70%, but his movement is 257%. Then the skin suit goes off your base moving speed. So technically he's moving at like 514%. And then mix that with the Phobo suit. Yeah, he is going to be crazy quick. Actually, let's have a little check on that. General labour speed 850%. Deep drilling 542. Movement speed 18.53. Yeah, he's going to be a beast. And he can carry a crazy amount right now as well. And we also had a Wanderer try to join. who has 2 cataracts and hearing loss. Yeah, I mean, even if you're a Solarian, we might have thought twice about it. No, we wouldn't. Animals of 16 and a cooking of 11, we would have taken you straight on. But you're not Solarian, so to lose, you're going to freeze to death before you can tell anyone about Black Site 22, which is absolutely fine. And for the research, at the moment, we are working on the heavy weapons, which is going to give us the uranium slug turret. Now, it shoots a different round, and the round is massive, and it can take down mechanoids quite happily. And then we also got the autocannon turret, which is pretty beast. And off the heavy weapons, we should be able to get the heavy sentry gun, unless that's under a different bit of research, but we'll find out soon enough. And we nearly just lost Paddock as well. So Paddock was about to run up here and try to fight the mechanoids, which I don't really have a problem with so long as we're microing him so we can keep an eye on him. But yeah, he can carry a lot more rounds of ammunition this time around. So what I think we do this time around is we just do what we done last time and just kind of hope it turns out a little bit better. We are behind the corner, so we should have a little bit of time. Paddock's shield is still holding. He's taken out the Cypher. Well, the Carpenter, if I could word. And let's pull back. They got a Lancer left. That thing took sweet all damage. That took no damage. And that took 1% damage. That is going to initiate in 3.5 days. Which isn't fantastic for us. Okay. No forbidden items found. Awesome. And Paddock, get out of there. And then I think we just have to keep trying to chip this away, because we cannot take it in a head-on fight. But that being said, no, your shield still hasn't recharged. Once the shields go down, going into that is just suicide. Okay, so 2 times speed Paddock trying to break down stones is pretty rapid. But if you go up to 4 times speed, it's just mental. Yeah, he's pretty powerful right now. Not even mad about that. GNU will be changing over pretty soon as well, which is going to make GNU an absolute beast. Will we be able to get more Slayer's Marks? I doubt it. Is it going to be worth getting more Slayer's Marks? Yes. But I think for the moment what we'd do is we'd focus down the Cerberus Serum. So the Cerberus Serum is very similar to the Slayer's Mark, but it is considerably cheaper and is actually also mentally powerful. So if we can get a Cerberus Serum on him as well, and then, do you know what we do have, which would work really well? Researcher Implant. Now the Researcher Implant by itself isn't fantastic, but what it does do is it gives you an extra 10 consciousness. You take that extra 10 consciousness and you put it on top of the consciousness that he already has, which should be 125% now. It will be on 135, which makes everything else even better. Now there is a chance this might fail. And we've also got someone going dangerously close to the mechanoids up there. But if it doesn't and this pays off, that's going to be pretty sweet. Yeah. Awesome. That worked, which is really good. We've got more corpses coming in. And I think with the dogs being able to go around and actually get more food. Now, we're still not training them very quickly, unfortunately. One day we will, and then we'll have an army of Doges running around for us. But straight off the back of that, we do have a shuttle crash. And Gilwar has come in. Good at shooting, construction, cooking, and animals, and intellectual. Now, what is your downsides? You're energetic, you're cannibal, you're sleever, and you're gifted. You, sir, are amazing all round. But Paddock is not going to be getting up anytime soon. So, GNU, what I'm going to need you to do, bud, is go up here, rescue Gilwar. Hopefully he joins us. If he decides he's not joining us, all we do is we just capture him. Kind of regretting selling the Inspirators now and the Recruiter. But do you know what? I think just getting him in, and then if he tries to leave, we can solve that. And a high psychic drone is not going to help with this at all, because if his mood goes super low, he's less likely to join us. You've got to keep them happy. If they're happy, they're more likely to join. But that sounds like a problem for the future, and if he does try to run away, we just turn this into a prison, and then we'll get him onto our side. It might take a little while. Actually, Actually, that doesn't help at all. Okay, let's go guess. Let's give him some decent medical care. And then if he does go to run away, we get him. And then if not, we just turn this into the prison. And Gilor joins. Awesome. You, sir, are going to be handling on 1. You're a dog man. And then you'll be cooking on 2. I think you're going to be pretty tied over with the animals for a while. But that is awesome that we have him join. Hopefully we don't have a mental break, someone goes on a sadistic rage and then beats him to death. Which I am not saying isn't an option. That could definitely happen. And Solarian psychic sensitivity is definitely showing. Extreme break risks times 5. Yeah, that is definitely less than ideal. I think what we are going to do is we're just going to draft everyone and force them back into the base. At least if they're in the base and they have a mental break, they are less likely to wander off and go over here. If they have a wander, it's not a massive issue because they won't get super far. And unfortunately, it is going to cost us 1 more Labrador puppy. But at the moment, with the amount of dogs we have and the amount of puppies, I think that is a trade that we can make. So what we've done is we have just forbidden everything on the rest of the map. Ideally this will stop the guys running out of the base and getting too far away. We have closed most of the doors, we're only keeping this one open so the dogs can come back in. And actually, that being said, I think we just get all the dogs back into area 1 and then we close this door. Because Gnu, where do you want to go? Rescuing Labrador. I appreciate that, mate. I really do. But if you're up there and you decide to go on a wander and you head this way, there is sweet all I can do to save you. So, unfortunate price, but I think that's the tough decision we are going to have to make. And we managed to survive that psychic drone. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So we'll allow all of the doors so people can go out and get around again. Unrestrict all of the dogs, which is going to work pretty well. And Gilor is doing an okay job of training, and then Terra is also training the dogs as well. So hopefully soon we'll have a bunch more haulers. And as for what's happening on the rest of the map, we did forbid everything else. So let's go and allow all of this stuff around here. And then that's going to be more food for the doggies. And realised we haven't given Gilor his own room, so we're going to go put that in. I think what we might do is we might make these back rooms a little bit bigger. If they're bigger, then we're not going to have this big dead space here, unless we use this to create like a defensive line, which might not be the worst idea. Also, Gilor is up for grabs if anyone wants to take him. And whilst we are on that, let's go tunnel through into here and then get some turrets in nice and quick. And let's get this marble in as well, because we are not processing through too much at the moment. We've got most of the rounds of ammunition set. We are slowly phasing out the 50 cal FMJs. And we've now got 3,200 AP armor piercing 50 cal rounds. Which means once Paddock and Gnu are in a better mood, we are going to go up and then pick another fight with the mechanoids. And that being said about fighting mechanoids, we have a whole herd of Frumbos over here. So Paddock and Gnu are going to go into this little hard point and we're going to start shooting them. And then all the rest of the turrets will kick in as well. And we will have meat for days and a whole bunch of leather. Frumbo Revenge. You guys aren't going to be able to do anything. Turrets are going to start firing. They are out of ammo. So let's go sort that whilst we actually know about it. And then everything over to armor piercing. Alright. And yeah, bad day to be a Frumbo. We might end up taking one of our own turrets out, but we're not too fussed about that at the moment, because these Frumbos are more than going to pay for it. Yeah, you kind of got to feel bad for them. Nah, no you don't. Cool. That is done. 5 Frumbos there. That makes 6 on this one. And we're going to get a whole bunch for that leather. And then the dogs will probably eat the meat as well. So this, I'm pretty sure, is a bug. or like a scaling issue. So we got Paddock. He has a cooking of 11.72, which is not crazy high. But he just broke down 5 Frumbos and got like 5.5 K's worth of meat out of it. And 2,109 Frumbo leather. Which is a crazy amount. Okay, and Opoid and Labrador Retriever 3 have formed a bond. His name is now Eric. Original name for a dog. I have never heard of anyone calling a dog Eric. But yeah, each their own, I guess. We dug too deep under the mountain. Thankfully, it is just insects. I was going to make a Smaug reference there, but I don't think it's going to work. Right, what is our best bet for this? Because friendly fire in combat extended is huge. Dogs all back to area 1. We'll try to keep them safe. And I think it is just going to be a matter of just getting Paddock and GNU in. I think we'll put GNU in, well, Paddock in the front, GNU behind. You 3, get out of there because we don't want you accidentally shooting someone. And have you got any rounds yet? He does, but he hasn't reloaded. Okay, when you get a chance, reload for us, but don't start shooting just yet. The shields on these guys will buy us some time, not a massive amount of time, but will be enough to clear this room and then come back round. We're going to lose a few things, not the biggest issue, less than ideal for sure, but it should be fine. No, Paddock, you need to move back, bud. If he goes there, GNU's just going to shoot him in the back and then he's dead. There's not going to be too much else there. But, silver lining, Solarians love insect meat, and there is going to be a crazy amount of it here. You know what's probably a good idea? Terra, you've got a shotgun. Is it really going to penetrate the armour? Oh, one way to find out. Yeah, that's a lot more bugs than I thought that's going to be. Yeah, it's a decent amount. Terra, tell you what, do you want to give this a go and see what happens? You're only up against Litlins at the moment. No, I think that's a terrible idea. Okay, you guys. Gun line. Terra, I'm gonna need you to come across here. You guys hold fire for the moment because I don't want you spraying down Terra. Terra, you're gonna need to move, mate. Okay, Terra's out of the way. Let rip. And then Terra, you're gonna stand in the front. We'll sort us out. Yeah, we're gonna be fine. Easy. Happy days. As long as they don't get into close combat, it's not an issue. Door shut behind them, so they're not going to get any more reinforcements. Terra, you go that side. Shoot any bugs that are still alive in there. GNU Paddock, you take this door. Awesome. And yeah. Guns in combat extended are so deadly. Quite happy with that. One more. And what's along there? Okay, we've got another mega spider coming in. Paddock, you're into here. GNU, you take this room. And yeah, I think 80% of my colonists' losses in combat extended come from the bugs. Not because the bugs are dangerous, but it's clearing the hives out. People do silly things and end up shooting each other in the back. And you have to be so careful of that, otherwise you are just going to lose people. And that being said... No, I can't do it. Cool, easy. I was going to put them on search and destroy, but melee. But they don't have melee weapons. Well, I think it is safe to say our food needs have now been sorted. So 730 insect jelly, which is going to sell for a pretty penny, and then a whole bunch of insects, which is going to give us insect meat, which is obviously something that Solarians really enjoy eating. They get +10 for eating insect meat, which is good. And then we got all of that stuff from the Frumbos as well. So yeah, we're getting over 1,000 per Frumbo when Paddock was doing it. So if we get Paddock onto actually breaking those insects down, we are going to get a crazy amount. And also dogs will eat them in the meantime, which will keep those doges happy. So from all those thrombos, we got 2,531 thrombo fur, which is going to net us 22,653. Also sell the plain leather, and maybe actually sell off that thrombo meat as well. Cool, sell off the sheep's meat, and then the insect jelly as well. So 34,073 on that trade, which is actually insane. That's crazy high. And off the back of that, let's max out on their advanced components. And I'll tell you what, we don't need 100. Let's get another 60 normal components. They can have our chem fuel as well. And I think that is going to put us in a pretty good place just to spam out trying to find the medical trait releases. Wait, what's happened to Paddock? Paddock, you nutcase. No, that is not what we need you doing. Right, this is bad. This is really bad. Right, what do we do here? Because Paddock's not going to have enough time. Okay, we turn that medical. Paddock, you go there and rest. Gnu, you come into here. And there's me getting all excited that we made a crazy amount of money, but we've nearly lost our top guy. And why don't you have your medikits on you? Okay, Gnu, do you have any medikits? Good man, Gnu. He's got 6 medikits. Where are you going? See, I do have the smart medicine mod in, but they don't seem to be in that smart. Okay. 1 hour. That is not good. That's really not good. Okay, we've got 3 hours on Paddock now. He's only got 1 more injury that needs tending to. Okay, and then 2 others. That could have been a serious problem. And that was just by luck I caught that as well. I was like, why has Paddock only got half health? And then it's just like, oh yeah. He decided to go and fight these guys up here, which is kind of what I was worried about. Like, leaving them up here is not a good idea. And did you actually manage to achieve anything up here, Paddock? No. Fantastic. That was super useful. Now, I think Paddock can still get up, so no, Paddock can't walk. If he could walk, we would have sent him over to the other place. Okay, and a meteorite of compact components. And we also have a slave ship coming. Who's our next social? I think it's Gulor. 7. Okay, Opoid, you're up. Call the slave ship and see if we cannot get anything. Any Solarians? Nope. Shame. Okay, well, with Paddock's near miss, I think that's a good place to wrap up the episode. So thank you very much for watching the STG ice sheet. I have been Konzi. All your likes, subs, support have been amazing. You know what you do for the algorithm. I'll catch you guys on the next one.